Hi, everyone, and welcome to Clipchamp. I'm going to try to make a video that's about making videos. Kind of meta, weird thing to do. But here you got me. What I did with the program is I went up into the top left corner and I clicked Create Media and I clicked Record Webcam. So I'm making a short video of myself. Here you go. Ta-da, mask cut. So this is one of the features that's great about Clipchamp is you don't actually have to sit down and record your 5-minute video in a 5-minute block. So if you screw something up or you say something wrong, you don't have to go back and start from the beginning, which makes it way more fun than doing a presentation. And now you're back to seeing regular me again. Did another cut. So this is a great way to kind of keep things simple. So if you're putting together your presentation, you might have a couple bullets in your notes of things that you want to do. But as opposed to literally trying to do it all as one take, cut it and make it interesting. And ta-da. Here's a feature I think that a lot of you will find really useful for this project is where instead of having your face on the webcam, you can record screen. This is great because what it allows you to do is instead of have to always have your face on there and kind of as exciting as we might be, it can kind of get bland to just look at your face. Announcements at school. I don't want to retake this, so I'm going to keep going. You can have the image up there. I have the picture of The Fault in Our Stars up there because it's by John Green, who, interestingly enough, is one of my favorite authors as well as YouTubers. I've also been told by students in the past that I'm John Green's doppelganger, so you can do with that whatever you want. There are options to cut and splice. So, I've got all these images here. If you see my screen, you can see kind of what I've done. So they don't show up here at the moment, but once you're not recording, up here in the top left, you'll have all the little recordings that you've made, and you can drag and drop them down below to kind of compress your video. You can see there's me, regular talking, mask me, too many hand gestures. Goodness, there's a reason I'm not a professional video blog maker. And you can see I've got my cut, just the straight image of The Fault in Our Stars, followed by my few seconds of shameless John Green that was just there. There's also the option of retaking your recording if and when you screw up. Because if you're like me and you hate talking to a webcam, you'll probably screw up or say something or use a lot of ums and not be happy with the recording that you just made. Believe it or not, the ones that you're getting are the ones that I'm most happy with. So be glad you don't have to look at the mess that I've left on the quote unquote cutting room floor of this. This feature is great so that when you do make a mistake and you realize you said something dumb and you curse at the camera, you can easily just delete what you did and get rid of it. Now, quick though, I'll show you how I'm actually doing these pictures because this might be useful to you. So what I've done is I've actually just created my second monitor on my computer as a full screen image. So I'm going to go exit full screen. I've right clicked on my mouse, go exit full screen. And basically what I can do, I just searched clip art profanity because I wanted a picture of profanity to drop in here. And then once it showed up, when I found the picture I liked, I opened it and I right click on the picture. And there's an option to open image in its own tab. Right, open image in new tab. So I'll close the one I was using so you can see how I actually got it like this. And then it's there. It showed up really small. So I used the control button and the mouse wheel and you can make it bigger or smaller. And then once you get it to the size you want, you can right click in the top and full screen. Now those of you working with Macs or Chromebooks, it might look a little different than my Windows system, but it's a great way to just get pictures there. And you can change the pictures all the time by just using the cuts feature. So here I am back on the sort of project page here on Clipchamp. And really all I've been showing you is stuff that falls under this add media portion. There are lots of fun options you can get into, like playing with stock images, text, overlays. You can play with the backgrounds. You can get more complex transitions. I don't expect you to have to do this. This is a leadership class. And part of leadership is I hope that you're just trying new things. One definition of leadership is you are willing to put yourself in situations that stretch you or push you to be better, right? For me, I like to read. I like the internet. I like talking to students, but this whole video creation thing is definitely not a forte of mine. I like computers, but video editing is definitely low on the rungs of things I have experience with. So I'm trying it. I consider this kind of a piece of trying me to model leadership is to do something that makes me slightly uncomfortable. And for you guys, your level of comfort like this will look totally different depending on who you are. Some of you will be comfortable creating a next level project where you got clips from movies and clips from yourself and you'll have friends in it and you'll be mixing up with your camera and your webcam and it'll be great. And some of you will just be like, please, for the love of goodness, let me just make an audio recording and share it with Mr. Grandsma and call it a day. I don't even necessarily expect that you use this Clipchamp program. It's just one option. And you've probably used programs like this in an English class or a media class of some kind in the past. So whatever you're comfortable with, feel free to use that as long as you can create a product in some way that you can send to me, either as like a YouTube video, a recording that you can email me. It's going to look different depending on the program, but it's totally fine, whatever you want to use. So in the end, the goal of the project is twofold. The first part is to create a recording and share your ideas in a way that is kind of new to you and challenges your ability in terms of using technology and speaking publicly. And in this case, it's not actually addressing an audience, but addressing a camera, which for some of you will be more stressful than others. And the second part is to summarize the ideas of what you've been reading and offer some of your own personal insights about it and sort of a way forward to create meaningful change. The book you see here is called Cynical Theories. I've been reading it the last few days. I haven't quite finished it like I hope you guys have for your own books. I also started way later than you guys did. And I'm reading it not because it's a topic that genuinely interests me, but it's part of a personal commitment to try to read things from all different points of view and different perspectives. So I'll talk about that more tomorrow. What I'm going to try to do on Friday and Monday is to create my own exemplar video of what you guys should be doing. And I hope to have it done by Monday so you can see it when you work on your own videos. But the goal of the actual content of it is to talk about what the book's about, your own personal insights, and then some interesting insights about a way forward in the field. When I say a way forward, I don't mean literally that you have to go to Rwanda and form your own NGO to help lift women and children out of poverty, or that you have to write the next award-winning graphic novel. I'd like some kind of insight that you've gained about making progress in an area. So say if you were reading something, just kind of running through my head of all the different texts you guys are reading. If you were reading The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, it might be talking about something that from that book really still applies today, because the book's like 20 some odd years old now. What still really applies? Same thing could work for like The Wealthy Barber. Or if you say like Scott McCloud's book, again, it's a little bit older. If you take that and apply it to another area, so maybe not comic books, but is there like another genre that should be defended this way? Or maybe you have an insight where like it's a counter argument against it, right? You're trying to form some kind of unique idea and share that about something you're passionate about. If you're having trouble following exactly what I mean by that, it's okay at this point. That's why I'm going to try to make my own video where I talk about cynical theories and some of my own thoughts about academia and the way that schools approach teaching different issues related to social justice. I mean, I'm not saying I'm as intelligent as the writers of this book. I'm not a university professor of philosophy or moral reasoning, but I do have sort of insights related to the way that I think about the way that I teach, right? And that's leadership, is to step back and to think about the way that I do things and try to do them just a little bit differently based on the information that I take in. So yeah, for you guys, just think about the stuff you've looked at. How does it change the way that you think about the world? And that's really what you should be brainstorming as you finish up your research and get ready for making this video and your final project. Anyway, thank you for struggling through this probably going to be like 7 or 8 minutes long. Video of me learning as well as teaching this program. It's probably the saddest video you'll ever watch, but I hope you still learned something. Thanks.